6.8%. On the entertainment scene, court grants Nigerian singer Speed Darlington bail after appearance. And in sport news, Nigeria draws against Senegal, Sudan in African Nations Championship. Welcome once again to the news at noon. I am Temitope Dada. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has paid tribute to the men and women of the Nigerian Armed Forces who have made the ultimate sacrifice to protect the country's territorial integrity. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, and in a tweet marking the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, President Tinubu urged Nigerians to promote peace and unity. Similar ceremonies were held in states across the country, with governors, the deputies, speakers of houses of assembly, and chief judges paying their respects to the fallen heroes. Also, retired generals have expressed concerns about the resurgence of terrorist attacks in Nigeria's northeast, emphasizing the need to address the issue. Their worries come after at least 40 farmers were killed in the Dumba community in Borno by suspected Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African province fighters. Another attack occurred in the Shekakau community in the Chibok local government area, where insurgents burned a church and houses. According to retired Brigadier General Bashir, the porous borders are to blame for the influx of militants. He urged the government to strengthen border security to contain the terrorists. Also, he stressed that a military solution alone would not solve the problem, and a political solution is necessary to combat insecurity. On the African news, volunteers working with rescue teams at a gold mine in South Africa say they believe no illegal miners are trapped underground. The rescue operation began on Monday after a court ordered the government to facilitate the rescue. At least 78 bodies and over 200 survivors have been pulled out of the mine so far. The rescue effort follows a standoff that began in November when the government ordered police to arrest any miner who surfaced. Many miners remain underground, fearing arrest and forced by stay-by gangs controlling the mine. Police said they would conduct a final check today using a rescue cage. Moving on to the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has hailed a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas, crediting many months of intensive diplomacy for the breakthrough. In a White House briefing yesterday, Biden expressed satisfaction with the deal, which aims to end 15 months of war. The agreement consists of 3 phases, with the first phase set to begin on January 19, just a day before Biden leaves office. This phase includes a complete ceasefire as well as a withdrawal of Israeli forces from populated areas of Gaza. Additionally, Hamas will release hostages, including women, elderly, and wounded prisoners, while hundreds of Palestinian prisoners will also be freed. Lacrosse coming from Georgia this afternoon. Former Georgian Prime Minister Gogi Kahari is recovering in hospital after being attacked at a hotel in Batumi, reportedly by members of the ruling Georgian Dream Party. Gatari, who also is a leader of the opposition Party for Georgia, suffered a broken nose and contusion in the incident. His party has condemned the attack as politically motivated and aimed at intimidating the opposition. This incident is the latest in a series of attacks on opposition figures and protesters in Georgia, which has been experiencing political turmoil since the contested elections in late October. Also in the business report for this afternoon, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's inflation rate rose to 34.80% in December 2024. This represents a slight increase from the 34.60% recorded in November. The marginal rise of 0.20% is attributed to heightened demand for goods and services during the festive season. The organized private sector has expressed concern over the continued hike in inflation, warning that it will lead to increased costs of production, raw materials, logistics, and machinery. The latest Consumer Price Index report shows a significant increase of 5.87% points compared to December 2023. Also in entertainment news this afternoon, Nigerian singer Speed Darlington has been arraigned in court and granted bail. According to his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, the singer appeared in court yesterday. Adeyanju announced the development on social media, stating that the police had finally arraigned Speed Darlington. He added that the bail application was moved and granted. The lawyer, however, noted that they were still working to perfect the bail conditions. No further details have been released on the charges against Speed Darlington. Finally, in the sport news for this afternoon, Nigeria has been drawn in Group D of the 8th African Nations Championship alongside Senegal, Sudan, and the Republic of Congo. The tournament, which was initially scheduled for earlier dates, has now been moved to August 2025. Hence, Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda will jointly host the competition. The draw was held at the Kenyatta International Convention Center in Nairobi yesterday evening. And that'll be all for now on the World News at Noon at Ono 103.5 FM Ibadan. Before we go, here is a recap of the major stories. On the national news this afternoon, we informed you that military veterans have warned of escalating terrorist threat in northeast Nigeria. And on the African news, South Africa has completed mine rescue operations. On the foreign scene, Biden has hailed the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. While in business, Nigeria's inflation rose to 34.8%. In the entertainment news, court has granted Nigerian singer Speed Darlington bail after appearance. And in sport news, Nigeria has drawn against Senegal, Sudan in African Nations Championship. For eyewitness reports, news mentions, and news commercials, contact the Honor FM newsroom at 0817-675-5555 or 0913-600-1035. You can also visit our website at www.honorfm1035.net for more information. The news was compiled and edited by Adida Molasaka. I am Temitope Dada. Thanks for listening.